So everybody is unmuted. Welcome everybody to a new episode of Mistwalkers Spectrum of Eternity. My name is Lily. I am your most humble DM here, and very excited to be back for the second time in a week. What the heck? But very excited to be here with my lovely players as we take another dive back into some more downtime, baby. Don't worry, downtime has plot. We'll be getting into that. Either way, go ahead and do an introduction for our players, starting with Yulia. Please go ahead.
Woo! My name is Yulia. I go by RoyalKnightVT on various socials. I'll be streaming really soon. Magic the Gathering is Final Fantasy stuff soon, so I'm really excited about that. But in the meantime, I play Dungeons & Dragons with these wonderful individuals. And for this campaign, I play as Kloven, the flirtatious cleric. Yeah, so thank you. I'm really excited.
Huzzah! Thank you, Yulia. Next up, we have Meris.
Hello, I'm MerisAurum. I'm a celestial dragon VTuber. I specialize in storytelling and reading ASMR streams. I also run my own homebrew D&D campaign called The Trial of Hearts. It's an ode to all things romantic fantasy, so if you like drama, political intrigue, shenanigans, and a healthy dose of messy romance, definitely check it out. I play it every other Wednesday on my channel. But while I am here, I am the one, the only, the titular sewer king. The reptile rat man fighter of unknown subclass, and it's not to be worried about. Yeah.
And most importantly, there's nothing wrong with your mother. She's a very sweet and kind lady that does never done anything wrong.
My mom is an upstanding lady who's never done any wrong in her life.
Right. She just appears.
White House.
She just appears as a figment of your imagination and holds your friends close to bother you. Anyways,
yeah. She's quirky.
She's quirky. Yeah, you're so right. All right, though. Sif, please go ahead next.
Hi, I'm Sif_VTuber. Living suit of armor, I do art, I play game, the project's new model in the works. I'm playing as Tate. I'm a farmer dirt potato man. I like tulips. And I'm very happy to be back again 2 weeks in a row. I love you guys. Big smooch.
Thank you very much. And finally, last but not least, please introduce yourself, Aster.
My name is Aster Varatolis, and it's good to be back. I am a cosmic wizard VTuber, and I've got some very good news for everyone here. If you tune in to twitch.tv/ArchmagesTower, this month my return is coming too. I'm a voice actor, I'm a writer, and on this campaign I play Thaddeus, the well-meaning but hot-headed artificer. And tonight, I'm here to have a good time.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Aster. I guess while we're chilling here, I feel like I don't mention this, but as far as myself, other than this campaign, I'm in a lot of other D&D campaigns with these lovely people. Highly recommend checking all of them out. But other than that, I am also an aspiring artist that draws a lot of D&D characters, mostly from campaigns such as this one. But yeah, so very excited to be here. And as it is still bright and early in Pride Month, very excited to be queer. We are...
Happy Pride, baby!
Once again, happy Pride. Hell yeah. Alrighty. With that in mind, we're going to go ahead and get into a quick little session recap. I always say quick and then they end up taking 5 minutes, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I actually think this one should be quick. So, first of all, we had a initial scene with Thaddeus and Kloven kind of just talking through just their experiences over the last few days, and just Thaddeus showing some kind of a codependency on Yulia, or not Yulia, on Kloven. And overall just kind of saying like, I should have protected you better, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, waiting in the wings was Sewer King, here to cause problems as ever. by listening into this private conversation of Thaddeus saying, "I should have come to you first."
Every time.
Every
please.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Out of context.
Wee.
That's a woo. But anyways,
Oh.
and so they proceeded to have an awkward conversation in which Sewer King experienced the first instance of his mother figure appearing and materializing in the real world, but only for him, which proceeded to cause a bit of distress before he excused himself to go on his merry way. And on his merry way, he went into the labs of Kenril and proceeded to meet what is known as Experiment Zero, the first assumedly first experiment that ever happened in Kenril, which was that of a rather large centipede missing lots of different chunks out of its body. Sewer King proceeded to feel a bit of sympathy for this creature, but was quickly interrupted by the corpse flower coming to say hello. They talked for a bit about, the corpse flower pushed Sewer King away, but was eventually persuaded to help try and see what was going on inside of Sewer King's body to make sure that he can evolve as efficiently as possible. Doing so meant that there was a lovely scene in which the corpse flower investigated Sewer King's body. There's no sexual connotation in this at all. It is just the tendrils went inside to try and explore and figure out what was going on. With that, though, Sewer King was able to awaken some draconic essence from the mist dragon that was consumed the previous session, and manifested in the form of scales on his back. After that, Sewer King excused himself from there and was immediately greeted by the little volipede outside, who he was able to pick up, cuddle with for a bit, and overall definitely make a little bit of a bond. Afterwards, Kloven and Tate did a checkup with each other, just kind of making sure that they were each doing all right and making sure that they weren't overworking themselves, as they both proceeded to both overwork themselves.
Oops.
Oops.
Ain't that just the
We're-
way?
We're making progress. We're being honest about it, at least.
Yeah, at least you're being honest about it. And I also missed really quickly that Kloven and Thaddeus both went to the library, where they found different books detailing a history that didn't seem to make sense, and the Bible, which also did not make sense to them.
Thaddeus is still very confused about the Bible.
And then next up, Thaddeus and Adamar had a long talk about putting yourself first and not being as much of a hothead. Adamar shared some personal experience about this sort of thing, and overall had a nice little touching scene as the two of them grow ever closer. Tate was commissioned by Janine to do some more labor, because that's what he likes to do. There's nothing else to read into that he needs to please people in that way. Put yourself first, by the way. Anyways, and while doing this, managed to awaken some nature powers inside of him that seeming to be reacting to the scale that Mai had gifted. After that, they all gathered into the town square, where Tate, using his newfound nature powers, was able to repair the final sections of the tree, lifting the wood back onto the metal exterior of it, and allowing it to function once more. Once inside, Anti demonstrated how computers work to make sure that everybody is proficient in computers in this lovely fantasy world, and also quickly put the eye inside of the mechanisms, which SK took a bit of notice of. Finally, with that eye back into the tree, it officially pushed back the mist further than it had been before. The players went upstairs in the elevator to go to a teleportation circle, which brought them back to the stocks. Once there, they had a little moment where they were very much thrown off by the feeling of teleportation across hundreds of kilometers, and proceeded to head outside. Seeing that Mai was not there, they immediately began to search for her, which one citizen informed them that she was with Sapphire on the boat. They proceeded to then run off in that direction and found that Mai was there in a more humanoid form, that with scales, horns, and other draconic features on her person. She greeted them home, and we ended there. So, with that in mind, I think we can go ahead and start the session here. So, Mai just welcomed you guys all home. Sapphire pretty much right close beside her, as well as they were training rapiers on the ship. So, were you all successful with your, what, I assume you guys went to, feed another eye or something, right?
What an oddly specific turn of phrase you chose.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm still a little out of it. Here, let me come down to you. And she is just going to jump off the ship, fall like 20 feet onto the ground, do a quick catcher of herself, and just look to you guys, just be like, it is good to see you, though.
You're looking less reptilian than we left you.
I suppose that's true. Definitely still some residual reptilian attributes, but at least I seem to be able to keep this form stable, which is very... Wait, is something wrong? You've just been staring.
The recap. What did we miss? Can you start that? I know we have a lot to say too, but I get the feeling somehow we missed more. Like, is the town gonna be all right? See Sapphire's training you. That's great. What did we miss? Sorry.
Wait, there's no need to worry about anything. The town is perfectly safe. After you folks left, we didn't hear nary but a peep of anything outside. I was able to shift back at least in short spurts. After a few days after you folks left, I generally can't hold it for very long, but it's getting better. Each time I feel I can hold it for a bit longer, so... Does that cover everything? I didn't mean to cause you a fright. I thought, if anything, this would be more comforting.
I mean, looks back at the party, it looks over it's just, the first time it happened, we were naturally concerned because we didn't know what it meant for you long term, and now you changed again, and that's totally fine. Like, we don't know everything that's happening right now. We don't know a whole lot, but so naturally we're going to be concerned again, but if things are fine, then things are fine, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry for any frightened, emotions that I caused you.
No, now that the shock is setting back, there's a bit of relief. Knowing it's just, nothing crazy. Sorry, we've had to see a whole lot of crazy shit during our travels, and it feels like something like this would be like a bit of a monkey's paw effect, But
no, this is just progressing as normal, I think. At least from how the stocks are concerned.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Out of character, was Mai already good at the rapier, or is this training new?
I think the best way to put it is you've never seen her use one before.
Alright, I see you're relatively well trained now, with a Sapphire. Have you always been good with the rapier?
Well, I dabble here and there. The rhythm of it is very familiar to me from music, so it's kind of just like that in a way.
Uh-huh. I remember Sapphire tried to show me once, and, well, she never bothered showing me again afterwards, so I'd say a little more than you just dabbling, but, yeah, alright,
Well,
we should... Go ahead, sorry.
Either way, I'm glad you all seem to be relatively unscathed. Thaddeus, you look a bit calmer, if anything, and Sewer King, you look as radiant as ever.
It was a big toothy grin at that.
I had some good guidance.
That's very
Turns out
good.
you're not the only person with a big head on their shoulders.
What would that mean? I don't think my head's too big.
When you're a dragon, it's pretty big, right?
Took the words out of my mouth, Tate.
I think that's a little obvious.
I suppose that's fair. Right.
Has Nero kept you company?
Oh, yes. I don't know where he scurried off to at the moment. I think after I first was able to transform back, he kind of panicked a bit. I think he went back to the tavern.
Oh
But
dear, I should check with the Praetorian.
the Praetorian? What?
Yes, they never really got along.
Oh.
No matter, I'm sure it's fine.
She turns to Kloven, says, "Your hair's kind of a mess."
Well, no one braids it quite like you do.
Hey, I thought I gave him a good try.
You did, certainly, but she certainly has a special touch.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
Oh, well, would you folks like to come back to me and Kloven's place? We can talk more in private there. I figure there's some stuff that may have happened.
Yeah, that sounds good. I haven't been back over there in a while.
You've been to their place before?
Well, of course I have. I've known them since I was a kid.
You're
Like-
welcome anytime as well, Tate.
Yeah. Also, we're doing a bit of a celebration for being alive, I suppose, at the bar tonight. Sapphire, will you be there?
Oh, naturally. You got the alcohol, then I'll be there.
And believe you me, I've got the alcohol, if Hunter didn't drink it all.
He's been pretty quiet since y'all left, so I expect as much. Okay. I will just kind of walk you guys back to their home. As you guys come in through the door, you'll notice that it's kept pretty tidy. Seems like while Kloven was gone, Maya, at least in her human form, has still been kind of trying to keep it up. But there's definitely some dishes that need to be washed in there. I ain't able to do full maintenance, but she'll be like, apologies for any real mess. We can go ahead and sit at the dinner table. There's only 4 seats, but it's fine.
Standing's alright. So, who wants to start? I feel like Anti would give the most objective take on the situation.
Affirmative.
Objective, yeah.
Would you like me to provide the most objective?
Certainly, and then we can add the flourishing details.
Acknowledged. We made our way down to the city of Kenro. Once there, we ran into many different strange creatures that were made up of hybrids of multiple different creatures. We also ran into a group of scientists that seemed to be there, and they, as well, killed their incarnation of me. However, they displayed no ill will towards us, and managed to welcome us in. We proceeded to look around the city to determine what it was that had gone wrong, finding more creatures along the way, before becoming attacked, or before meeting up with that same flying person from before that was named Thalafir. They proceeded to taunt us more, before flying off and summoning a child. The child then... the child was as big as... They pause for a moment. Logic does not make sense in this moment, but the child was very large. And they summoned a dragon, which we proceeded to defeat. After defeating it, they taunted us more before leaving and allowing us to go on as long as we continue to entertain them. We then proceeded to repair the tree, and now here we are. Was that adequate?
Well, that certainly was succinct, yes.
A child?
To
He
be
was a really
fair,
big kid.
It was a very large, very maniacal child.
And the things it can do, well, if you were there, you would have fought it too.
The child of the dragon, because I think the
Yes.
I want
More of a world-shattering being than a child.
I want everybody to make an insight check for me.
Oh, good.
Aw.
I just realized that I totally spaced and forgot to actually drop it in the roll 20. Oh, no,
Yes.
no.
Someone's got to do it every time.
It's okay, I wasn't in there either, so...
I'm on my way!
Got a dirty 20.
Let me just check my multipliers on this. Okay. Okay. That didn't roll. Let's try that again. Okay.
Kloven too trusting of his sister.
I got 17.
Is she actually trying to hide? I'm gonna give her disadvantage. Okay, everybody but Kloven.
He loves his sister!
He loves his sister! Upon the mention of the child, you can see that her face kind of drops a bit, but she really quickly stabilizes herself while she's listening to the story. Right. I mean, I suppose all sorts of powerful beings can take many shapes and forms.
Right, forms. Speaking of, so can friends. We made friends with a group of, as Anti said, a group of people there that were different from us. Anti mentioned the centipede hybrids. I petted someone that was half eagle, half centipede. There was a bear, turned out to be a barapede. There's a volipede, manipede. That one is freaky.
Catapede.
Yeah, catapede. And we made friends with the people there that ran things. Other people like us, more sentient, who had infused themselves with different creatures. Notably, a young woman by the name of Janine has cheetah legs, and and frog arm, and missing the other arm. Real energetic when she's excited about something she knows. Very nice, very kind. You'd like her.
It's a lot of compliments, Tate.
I'm just saying what I think about people.
That's a lot. Okay. Well, I'm glad you managed to meet friendly people, not hostile ones.
I mean, look at us, right? Like, who wouldn't want to be friends with us? It's just like it's like the fucking cartoon close-up, like, of everyone, like, Dirty Man, Tate, fucking SK.
The hyper-realistic, like, misadventures of Flapjack
Yeah.
I was thinking SpongeBob, but yes.
I was thinking Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
That's very good. And you were able to accomplish your objective?
I mean, we killed the thing holding the eye. Anta fixed the tree. Anta reconnected with their sibling, which was touch and go there, but it's good to see. Her name is Liana. If actually, Anta, would you like to introduce Liana?
Of course. You see the eyes shift from red to orange. And she says, "Yeah." As Liana takes over, and she says, "Oh, hello. My name is Liana. I'm excited to get to know all of you and take care of you going forward. So, it is very nice to see you. While I'm here, by the way, can I heard that there was a party tonight. Can I help with the dinner on that?"
For sure.
Fantastic.
I can't cook it all, after all.
Would you like me to teach you?
Oh, no, I can cook. There's gonna be a lot of food, and I can't cook all of it on my own.
Oh. Affirmative. Understood. Thank you.
No problem.
Switches back to red. Okay. My speaking. Well, that's great. Then I suppose you guys will get some rest and then go out again, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna take some time, set up proper communications and resources with the people we met in Kenril, which is just the fucking war flashback to the teleportation. Yeah, maybe we just send items and letters and hopefully not people. Yeah, and then we'll go back to Kenril at some point and hoof it down. We said southwest, right?
Yes, I do believe that was the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have you back for now, then.
We are most certainly happy to be back.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. You seem a lot more comfortable now. I didn't want to be insensitive enough to ask, but, well, we're close enough. We're having that party at the bar. Do you think you'll be comfortable holding your form and coming? I mean, if you can't, we'll gladly move the bar to wherever you need to be.
Well, it's about noon right now. I think if I go rest after this, that will be fine.
Okay.
Right. That all? Is there anything else?
Well, Thaddeus and I went to the library there and found a few strange books.
You aren't gonna believe this one.
That one aside, I did bring some with us. Perhaps you can take a look at them later on, and maybe I can get your insight on some of them.
Of course.
About, just strange, different worlds, different dimensions. Maybe those that are a little similar to ours, but maybe not quite as much. They might even have a view of the sky.
It does sound lovely, doesn't it?
It's a nice thing to dream about, at least.
I think I may have even seen one of those in a ripple once. It would be nice.
What do you
Kloven
mean a
kind of
ripple?
stares at her for a minute, but doesn't say anything.
What'd you say, Thaddeus?
What do you mean a ripple?
Oh, well, ripples are those strange dreams that you have. They're where it seems like something is mostly correct, but not quite correct. I mean, I'm sure everyone here has experienced them. They happen every once in a while.
SK's just nodding.
Well, news to me, at least. I just sort of get deja vu every now and then, and things are a bit off afterwards.
I'm most concerned about this child, though. The fact that, well, he said that he was just going to watch. I'm not sure when he's going to appear again. So, best to get as much rest as you can, Mai.
Thanks. Well, whatever they are, I think it would be good to avoid them as much as possible. Sound dreadfully scary.
Yeah, that's for sure. Learned my lesson on that one.
Anything else we ought to know about, Mai?
I mean, well, not particularly. Well, I've been otherwise exposed. Cappy's been very helpful. Teach the kids, but that's really... I don't have much else to report on. Been trying to get... yes?
Sorry, I was gonna brush this off, but no, I don't know what these ripples are. I'm sorry. You said you see things that are like normal, but they're off somehow, right?
Yeah, a lot of folks here have had that. And
I
it's-
saw something a lot like that when I fought the child.
What did you
But it
see?
wasn't a dream. It was real.
What did it look like?
When I stood up to that thing, it threw me out of existence for... Well, it looked like a few moments to everyone else, but it was almost forever for me. But I saw myself in there. A different me. From a time where things were off. So if you know something about the ripples, or whatever they are, please tell us.
I mean, they're just natural occurrences as far as I know.
Listen, Matt, we get that you've always looked out for us and the people here, but, listen, we won't think any less of you if you've been hiding something from us to protect us, alright? I think after what we've dealt with, if you know something, maybe we should know.
He sits there for a moment, looking off in a different direction. It's for your own good that you don't know the whole truth.
It's a little too late for that now, isn't it? Considering what we already know.
You don't know the half of it.
Then why don't you enlighten us, sister?
I will not.
Wait. Out of character. I can't really tell Kloven and SK's tones from earlier. Are they trying to sound like accusatory or like aggressive or interrogative?
Aggressive isn't necessarily the correct word. I would say mistrusting or distrusting, maybe, is a better descriptor.
Kloven seems a little off, actually. Almost to the point of possibly getting a little angry, which is very uncharacteristic.
Okay, that's what the player wanted to know. Please keep going, Lily. Sorry.
I mean, trust me, it's better you just soldier on.
No. No, it's not. We're gonna find this truth one way or another, aren't we? So I think it'd be better if we just rip off the Band-Aid so we can start facing it now rather than face it when we're at our worst. We're at home. We're here with everyone. If it's bad enough that you've been hiding it from us, then this is the best time to handle it, isn't it?
No, you don't understand. Okay? You don't at all.
You're right, we don't know because you won't explain it to us.
Listen, I don't know you particularly well, not so much as the others in the room. But more than I am concerned about what I might not know, I'm much more concerned about how and why you do know. It's not a particularly good look for you, my dear.
She takes a very deep sigh, and you can see a lot of the sort of niceties of her. The playing innocent is kind of fading from her. Last time, I told you all the truth. One of you ran off and got themselves killed. And the time before that, a different one of you ran off, played the hero, and got yourself killed. This has happened more times than I can count, and so I've decided that you're better off not knowing, because if I tell you, one of you is going to play the fucking hero and get yourself killed. So yeah, tell me I don't understand. Tell me I'm suspicious. I don't care. The only way we do this is if you stay together. Don't run off.
You know, one of the best men in this town told me something I've been taking to heart. There are points in time when you have to put yourself first.
Adamar said that, right? Yeah, I know.
You'd know, wouldn't you?
I do.
And let me guess. Because you know I'm not stupid. I'm guessing more often than not it's been me, hasn't it?
That's right. I think out of the few times I've told you, you've been the one to run off 10 of the 12 times.
All right. Listen, Hermione. You've done a lot of good for us. A lot of good for the people in this town. And we know, even if some of us are angry about it, we know that you're doing this because you want to make sure none of us get hurt. And you know what, guys? I think that's fine. Sometimes people keep secrets for a lot of reasons, and if Ma's reason is concern for us, who's to say that we wouldn't do the same in her shoes? However, don't go thinking that's going to stop us from being idiots. I mean, you could tell from first glance that we got a little more than just a bit roughed up on that first trek out. And about the whole running off thing, no matter what you tell me, I'm sure Thaddeus ran off because he thought what he was doing was the right thing. He was playing hero, as you said it. And I've got faith that every single person in this room would do something dumb and heroic if they believed it was the right thing to do. Alright? So out of respect for everything you've done, I'm gonna ask that we don't put pressure on you anymore. But don't you think for a second that any of us wouldn't jump and make that call. I've got faith in everyone in that room. And that includes you. Alright? You told me that, change requires chance, requires a risk, and it's fine if you don't want to tell us, but take a gamble. Maybe something good will happen if you take that risk. That's all.
Right. We have well, you're right, Tate. We do have a celebration for tonight, so we can just let it rest for now.
Just... I thought maybe we would be able to live this time peacefully. And I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter how peaceful things are in the stocks. What's out there's gonna come for us eventually anyway. It's better if we know how to solve the problem. But I'm not gonna push you to say it now.
I'll give you this. You're on the right track. I don't know all the answers. But you're on the right track. Okay? Just stay close to each other, please. Don't let each other run off or do something rash. Because when one of you goes, it never lasts much longer.
You're still invited, you know. I expect to see you at the celebration.
Maybe I'll have a glass of wine while I'm there. Try and unwind.
You always know I keep a cask of your favorite around.
Right. Let's see, she's like... She's fighting back tears a bit. go get some rest. Get ready for that party tonight. Kloven, I think I owe you a little more.
Actually, I was thinking, if we all could have one last conversation about our last trip before splitting off. If
Please.
you don't mind us borrowing
No.
Kloven for a second, Mai.
Please, that's all right. I'll be here.
Just for a bit. We'll talk on the porch. Tate's gonna ask that everyone come with him for a little bit of a discussion.
Real quick before SK follows everybody out, he is gonna hang back a little bit with Mai and just very nonchalantly lean towards her and quietly say, "Listen, I'm no expert on the matters of the science of memory, but I do find it interesting and curious that you seem to have the sharpest memory of anything we've come across yet, other than the child. The others might relieve their pressure. I'm a little less inclined to do so."
A healthy bit of doubt is important.
Rats are suspicious by nature.
Well,
Gives her a toothy smile and
make sure to discuss it
nod
with
his head.
Romulus and Remus.
And if you do see Nero, send him home. At his earliest convenience, of course.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Give her a nod and join the others.
Alright, guys, I know that was a lot to take in, but how are your heads feeling right now? Still a little bit hot, or?
10 out of 12, Tate.
Alright, well, be lucky number 13. Listen, go ahead. Sorry.
You're good at optimism, I'll give you that.
Regardless of the past experiences, we ourselves are our own stat, our own experience, right? Regardless of what happened and whatever ripple she talked about, we shouldn't be splitting off like that. I don't think any one of us could take that dragon on alone, let alone anything else out in that mist. Okay? So I wanted to talk about two things I just wanted to talk about and focus on. One, just reaffirming that regardless of how we feel about Ma, her advice rings true. We need to work together. Alright?
Colony survives best when it remains together, after all.
And two, I won't lie, I got a little excited seeing her like that. The blade at her side, all comfortable. But, my initial thought was that maybe she'd be joining us, but, I think until we dig up enough to learn about it on our own without her telling us, I think she shouldn't join us on our little expeditions. If that's alright with all of you.
I think so long as she remains far beyond us, untouchable in the depths and knowledge of her memory, I think it ill-advised to have her so closely acquainted with us. I think it will be very difficult for her to prevent meddling, even if she thinks it's for the best.
Yeah. So I'd say we figure out what's happening on our own. And she's not breaking or telling a secret if we already know, right?
Exactly. And also, I feel like Kloven wouldn't ever let me hear the end of it if Mai got hurt on my watch.
Yes, we can't abide by favoritism in our little entourage.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. Ma's, well, I mean, if you just want the example of her fighting Sapphire, well, Sapphire ain't no easy target herself, so, I get the feeling Ma would be more than capable of taking care of herself out there, Kloven, but, listen, I think smooth things over, learn about it on our own, and then figure it out from there, yeah?
Right.
I think it's a pretty good hedge bet, too, because, well, if she's that tough, then the stocks will be in good hands while we're gone.
Yeah.
She is still resting after all, but she is still my sister, so I think having a couple of private words for her will help ease my mind a little bit.
Go to her.
Yeah. We can call it there. Unless Adam or Anti, y'all have anything you want to add?
It's a lot to think about. Not all good.
I will say this, though. Mai has always come from a good place. She has always had a good heart.
Yes, well, good intentions get you killed 10 out of 12 times. No offense, Thaddeus.
Yeah. I really needed to hear that right now.
I'll take
All
you
this
up
to
on the
say
bourbon
is-
at the very least tonight, Thaddeus.
All this to say, Kloven, is she may be your sister. She may have the best of intentions. That doesn't mean that I trust her. And I would advise that none of you be too blinded by your closeness to her. That
So-
is my advice from the goodness of my heart.
Well, I'll surely take that into account. But you all go prepare for the party. We'll join you shortly.
I'll, yeah.
Alright. With that, we'll close the scene here. And Kloven, ready for your heart-to-heart with your sister?
Oh, goodness. All right. He'll watch everyone leave, kind of wave them off a little bit, and once they're out of earshot, we'll turn and head back into the house, gently close the door behind him, and he'll lean back against the door and just look at her for a moment or two.
She's currently washing the dishes. We're trying to get caught up on that. You can see that while doing so, she essentially drops one, not used to how her hands have claws now. Just kind of kneels down to pick it up and grab the shattered pieces.
He'll cross to the other side of the room and kneel down to help pick up, but in doing so will take her hand before she grabs another piece and looks at her in the eyes. It looks like you've been carrying a burden all by yourself for so long. I want to be able to help you.
I don't know how, but maybe that would be good.
Have I always been your brother?
This is the first time.
Has it?
Yeah. I just want to say, even if we weren't by blood, we've always been close. Maybe I was a bit bubblier back then, but you were the first one that I really felt close to. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. You taught me how to feel. And how to be strong. I mean, maybe I learned some bad lessons along the way, but none of us are perfect. So, yeah. This is the first time. But I always cared about you.
So then, visiting your dream, seeing that photo, that was you in a different time. Yes.
I didn't realize you were. Yes. Yes, it was. It's another time where we got pretty damn close. I'll always remember that. So, yeah,
The sky was certainly worth it.
it was. Well, the sky was clear, and it's tripped at the finish line.
We're going to make it through this. I know you likely don't see it now, considering what all you've been through. But this has to be different. There has to be another solution. And I feel more than ever we need your help in order to do that. You have to be strong not only for yourself, but for us as well. We need you. I need you. Now more than ever as your now brother. We can't hide things from one another. Not if we have any... If we can do this, we need it. We need each other.
You promise to get with me?
I'm sorry, you cut out right there.
You promise not to think ill of me?
Only if you'll answer one more thing.
Of course.
Bahamut.
Yeah. Bahamut. He's your father. Yes, sort of our father in this timeline.
Has this occurred before?
No. This is different.
Are there more of them? More celestial god, dragon beings, whatever they are?
Well, yes. I haven't met any other self, but there's innumerable. Just you don't find this place often.
Then do you have any idea or our purpose, the grand scheme of it all?
Break the cycle. Get free. It's sadly that simple, I suppose.
Are you scared? Because I am terrified. More than I ever have been.
She wraps her arms around you slowly to make sure that you have time to push away if you don't want it.
He won't resist.
I thought I got past being scared. But oh, I'm still scared. I've done this hundreds of times. And we've never succeeded. And now we have something different. So I'm scared. But I think that fear, in a way, only exists because there's a bit more hope this time. If I didn't have hope, I wouldn't be scared to lose it.
How is it that you have hope? In all of those times?
She's going to hug a bit closer. And you can feel, more so than from any other human, there's a heat radiating from her chest. And she just kind of laughs and just says, well, I suppose I just believe in the human spirit.
I see. Then I'll hold on to it too.
Yeah.
I'll try my best.
Thank you. Please, I know it's unfair, but we keep this between us for now. At least I told you.
Of course. I won't tell a soul.
Care about you, Kloven. Please understand that that has always been true and will always be true.
I believe you. I do. And I want to do whatever I can to break this cycle for you.
I'll be behind you when things are under control. Just, these people here don't, we can't afford to let them fall either. You don't deserve that.
No. They're too good. They're too good for all of this. Well, thank you at least for sharing with me. Can't say I feel much at ease, but I'll deal with it.
There's no sense of ease in knowing. You just do your best.
That's all we can do.
Right. Love you, brother.
And I love you too. And he'll return her hug. Oh. I'll pick this up and try to freshen up a little bit before we meet with the others.
I'm going to need to step out. I think I'm at my limit. So I'll be there though. Maybe a little bit late, but I'll be.
Not too late, though.
Right. I'll do my best.
All right. And he'll just break away from the hug, give her a little head pat, the usual, and we'll start to tidy back up.
Alright. Then we'll go ahead and move on to the next scene. Which, now that it's not to switch tones too terribly much, but here we are. Heavy stuff. Either way. Next scene is going to be just a little bit of stuff before the party. Which, SK, I believe there's something that you wanted to do.
Yeah, he did make a promise before leaving Kenril to personally bring back invitations to their get-together. So even though we literally just said no people in the teleporter for a hot minute, I'm gonna use the teleporter.
Hell yeah, go for it.
So I think, seeing everybody else, get ready for the evening, scurrying about to, get supplies and gather people, SK's gonna very quietly dip out and go back to the tree and hop through the portal. And after a moment of what I presume of his stomach flipping a few times, he's gonna search for Janine.
Okay. So you just make your way back into Kenril, and since it's been probably about 3 hours since you guys left, we'll just be a little generous with that. You quickly come out of the teleporter, go back downstairs, and come out of the tree. You can see there's a few people just right by the tree, still kind of looking through how it works and everything, and they just kind of look at you and just be like, "Are you good? Is everything
Perfectly
okay?"
fine.
We just didn't expect you to come back so quickly.
Yes, I didn't expect it either, but apparently we are very efficient party planners. Where might I find Dr. Janine?
She, I think, is in the greenhouse right now.
Very good. If you'll excuse me. He'll make his way over to the greenhouse, not really caring about their inquisitive looks.
Fair enough. So you'll just make your way over there, and just in the greenhouse, you can see that Janine is currently looking at. You wouldn't recognize these, but just for clarity's sake, she's looking at the plants that Tate managed to grow during his time there. She's just still like analyzing them. Like, she cut off one of them and is currently looking at one under a microscope just to try and look at it closer.
He's just going to, not like intentionally like sneak up behind her, but just quietly approach to not startle her. And by doing so, we'll probably end up startling her more than if he had just announced his presence. But just kind of peer over her shoulder, just... Any new discoveries in the last few hours?
God! Sewer King!
Doctor?
Please announce yourself in the future.
Duly noted, I shall roll out the red carpet next time.
What, is everything okay? What are you doing back so quickly?
Everything's perfectly fine. I did, however, make a promise to you to invite you to our celebrations once we returned home. And it appears that my companions are very efficient at celebrations. Would you like to come tonight?
Sure.
You may, of course, invite your friends and coworkers and colleagues, but the official invitation is extended to you, Doctor.
Well, thank you very much, Sewer King. Yeah, no, I think that should be possible. I don't know how many others will want to come or will be able to come. I'm actually... Well, I don't have any duties tonight. It's a free night, so...
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can convince some of your colleagues to come along if you tell them that it is a matter of experimentation to try out the teleporter.
I can certainly give it a try.
Good. And how's our friend Zero?
Oh, he's surprised to hear that, but we haven't heard anything else from the flowers, so I think fine.
No news is good news, then.
Right. You don't hear updates about Zero very often.
I think perhaps that ought to change, if you don't mind my saying so.
Oh?
In my humble opinion, the poor thing is hanging on by a thread. There's not a lot of will left.
They are nearing the end of their lifespan in general. It's only natural.
I'm sure the condition it's in didn't help.
She, like, kind of looks to the left a bit. It's... you... potentially, but I assure you it's well taken care of.
I'm sure. And once it reaches its inevitable end of its natural lifespan, what then? Do you find another?
I think think we have most of the data we need from them. But I will have to check in, as my duties as a scientist are mostly focused on plant life.
I see. Do you work closely at all with the flower, then?
Oh, no, not with them. They are mostly... Well, I was going to say a one-man show, but that doesn't quite... That's not quite correct, considering.
They are a many-man singular entity show.
Right. I apologize. Oh, go ahead.
What you do here, frankly, is none of my business. And far be it from me to tell another person, let alone an entire society, how best to survive. But things in captivity aren't always very successful. And I don't just mean the experiments. So please come tonight.
I'll be there. I don't know exactly what to expect. We've never really had much of a party here. But I'll be there.
Well, it will be lively, for sure.
Oh, goodness.
And I hope you bring a tale or two to tell.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I may sit in the corner for most of it, but I'll do my best.
You may find me in a similar position at any point in the night.
Is that so? You seem so outgoing.
He just smiles at that.
I mean, the fact that I'm the greeter is really kind of saying something about how outgoing most of us here are.
Well, if I can leave the comforts of my kingdom to go gallivanting on a suicidal mission, I think you can leave the comforts of your laboratory for a single evening.
Fair enough, Sewer King. You have convinced me.
Excellent. I shall see you tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you might want to bring your own salad. We have plenty of produce, but I think there's going to be a substantial amount of red meat as well.
Oh, are you folks carnivores up there? Did we not feed you well?
Well, most of my friends are omnivorous, but meat is the usual for celebrations.
Oh, okay. I think I know that from a book. Okay. Right.
Till tonight, then, Doctor.
Till tonight.
Out of there. And a polite bow. We'll go back through the teleporter. Lose my lunch again. It'll be good.
Alrighty. Sounds good. And next up, Thaddeus.
Hi, yes.
As you are getting back shortly after the meeting with Mai, I'm gonna head to the bar and immediately start getting it ready for tonight. So, as you kind of step in, it's, as I said, it's only about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so the bar's not actually really open at this point. So as you walk in, you just kind of, you without thinking, just kind of open the door and just immediately hear, oh, you're back.
Yeah. Don't worry, I made it, old man.
No, it's fine. I just did not I expected there to be, I guess, a bit more fanfare or something. No, it's okay, it's okay. I just at least would have heard you coming through the doors of stocks.
Well, we didn't. That's the thing.
Uh-huh.
We found a faster way of traveling.
Is this like the horses that we hear about sometimes?
Try getting stretched really thin for miles on end. It's not very pleasant. I would prefer the doors, honestly.
That does not sound pleasant. But
Nope, almost lost my lunch.
fair enough. Well, it is good to have you back. I'm glad you're in one piece. Was it successful? I do not know how you define success, but...
Well, we killed another one of the eyes. We saved another one of the trees. So, I'd say it's a success in my books.
Most certainly. Then I suppose this calls for a little bit of a celebration. He goes and grabs like a few glasses.
Hey, save it for tonight. I'm planning a big one with everybody, and I'd rather not pre-game while I'm planning things.
Was it you're doing one to... We're not prepared for one tonight.
We can be.
We can be. Want to run me ragged.
Well, it's not gonna be just us. I've got some extra people tagging in.
That is good. That's good.
Well, and there's another reason why we shouldn't get this out already. You're going to want to be sober for this next one. Thaddeus is going to lock the door.
Of course, whatever it is, I would be happy to advise.
It's about Jillian.
She dead. Did you find her?
No, actually, I know for a fact that she at least made it to and from Kenril.
That is good news then.
Incredible. Incredible news, honestly.
She could still be alive.
Yeah. Crazy to think about, isn't it?
It is. How are you doing about that? I'm surprised you're even here, considering you found a trace.
Well, to be honest, I had to get pulled back by a couple of people. Adamar especially.
I would never expect that you would
Listen
heed
to him?
Adamar's advice.
Well, I was starting to get in over my head. It was... You know, I'm at my best when I can plan, and I wasn't planning, Hunter. I was thinking. I wasn't thinking, I was doing. I was ready to go. I wanted to keep running down her trail until I ran out of feet to use. Or something did me in. And Adamar told me that might have been probably the dumbest line of thinking I've ever had in my life. And he was right. Because I don't want to get your hopes up. I shouldn't get my hopes up. But if she at least made it that far, well, you know her better than I do.
What did the note say?
I copied it down in my journal. Thaddeus is going to pull out the journal and show his hen-pecked chicken scratch of a copy of Julian's note.
You see, he just kind of sits there for a bit and just reads through it. Just says, I'm almost offended that she assumed it would be you and not me or Cornelius or anything. It's good to see.
Well,
She's a damn fool for continuing, but I suppose that also is what makes her her.
yeah. Yeah, it is. She wouldn't be the same if she didn't have that spunk, you know?
Absolutely. You alright,
Hey.
kid?
I don't know.
You look like you've been through hell, and I'm sure you have been through some manner of hell, considering you went into the mist and survived for, what was it, 6 or 7 days?
Yeah. Hard to think about it when you say it out loud like that.
It's insane. That...
My,
Go ahead.
my arm's been acting up since we went out.
Pulls out a wrench
Yeah.
immediately.
No, not the metal part.
Oh. Do you need anything to help?
You know, it's gonna sound corny, but I missed home. I missed you while I was out there. Could I have a hug?
Of course, Thaddeus.
Thank you.
Just walk over you, this big bear of a man, and just give you a big old squeeze.
Oh, yeah. You know what? This is what I missed.
You're hunched over, I can tell. Well, you weren't reading through books for days on end, were you?
Well, you're half right. Book. Book.
Singular book. You normally finish them in 5 hours.
I did, and it was less than that, but I read over it a lot because none of it makes any sense. If you want something to have a drink over, take a look at this.
From the Bible.
Nibble.
This is interesting. I do not know what to make of it. I will have to sit down with it. But besides the point, we are having a celebration here tonight. That's what you're saying?
Well, nothing like the festival, but I was just thinking we could get the gang together and have a bit of a victory feast and share some drinks.
I can do that. I think I have a Pumki stopped by earlier and provided us with a few good animals for food. So I think I've got a whole pig out back. We can go ahead and take that and get it roasting. Make sure that it's ready for tonight.
You know, I think I remember Tate bringing something up about a pig roast. That's good timing.
Well, planters do always have their way.
That they do. Wouldn't be in business without them, or in as good of spirits.
Right. Well, we'll go ahead and get to work.
Yeah, and you got my hands too. Don't think you're doing this all alone.
No? I will most certainly be expecting you to do work. That is part of our arrangement.
That it is.
You have anybody else that could help? I think we could really need it.
I can probably wrangle up a few people.
Well, we at least have a many chairs out back that need to be brought in for whoever is coming. Do you have any idea how many people? Or did you just invite the general public?
No. I didn't invite the whole town. Don't worry.
we cannot fit the whole town. We can maybe fit like 60 or 70. So we'll keep it around that number and prepare for that.
I wouldn't say we're gonna be over 20 or 30. It'll be fine.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back too. I'm glad you're okay. I'm happy I could bring you some, hopefully, good news.
Yeah, you're glad that I'm safe, and yet you are out fighting horrifying monstrosities and doing much more, I'm sure. You'll have to tell me about it later. Perhaps over a glass of brandy.
You're on. And, hey, I was fighting them with the best people this generation of the stocks had to offer. I wasn't quite as worried about the things that I knew were in front of me than the stuff I knew or didn't know back home.
You're alright. Now go on. Go get the barrels out of the basement. At least put them into the mechanism that brings them up so that way we can have them ready. He's gonna rustle your hair before heading off into the back rooms to get working on meal prep.
You got it. It'll all be up before... hopefully, before you're done with the pig.
I certainly hope so. And
Thaddeus is gonna go downstairs.
please do. Please do find some people to help. He just chuckles as he heads off.
Right! Thaddeus has grabbed a slice of bread off the counter and is running out the door. Tate! Tate, you still around?
That bread for me! That bread for me!
There's more where this came from if you're willing to help out.
Yeah. Yeah, Tate will help.
Alright. And as you kind of peek your head out, you just kind of see in the distance that Mae is back under the tree in her full dragon form, currently sleeping.
I'm happy you're getting some rest, Mae. See you tonight.
Alright. Then, Esther, not to put you too terribly on the spot, but considering it was your idea, would you mind to kind of describe what the welcome home / celebration party is going to sort of look like on the inside? What's going on there? I can help if you need it.
I've been thinking about this all week.
Hell yeah, go for it.
So, Thaddeus has made... he's pulled out the long table, which doesn't get pulled out very often. This took some effort from all three of them. He set out the hunter's pig roast at the center of it, surrounded by several baskets full of dinner rolls, bread. There's a wine glass at every seating arrangement. Some fruits, some salads. Basically, he has pulled out all the stops, organized with the planters to make a full course meal for everybody. A full-blown dinner party of a proper adventurer's tavern.
Hell yeah.
And he also hired a couple local musicians to play for it too.
Oh, that's nice. So,
Wonderful artists.
Tate and Thaddeus, you guys are both kind of there working on the setup the whole time. I will ask for Kloven and Sewer King. Do you have anything special as you enter the party, or are you just going to kind of mosey on and be normal?
Oh, one other thing.
Go for it.
We've arranged the barrels of the usual spirits and alcohol of the tavern. However, there are a few smaller casks, each labeled with a name of each member of the party and our favorite NPCs of each of their favorite drinks.
Oh, that's very good.
And one tiny bottle of bourbon for Adamar.
All right. Then, whichever one of you wants to go first, Sir King Kloven, as you enter in.
I feel like describing either of them as normal is.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? But no, considering what it is, Kloven definitely did freshen up. Mai had left before she had done his hair, so he's gonna like pull it back in a high ponytail and arrive, in a sleeveless, almost like very baggy white shirt that's low dip v-neck, high waisted, tight black pants, and just kind of yes, will of course make his presence known by knocking on the door, on the front entrance, and kind of looking about like, oh, this is nice. This is lovely.
Thaddeus is the one to open the door, and he is fully dressed up in a slightly musty, mildly wrinkled, but very sharp black suit. Welcome in. I've been setting this up all day, honestly.
Well, you certainly freshen up quite nicely. He'll kind of adjust his collar a little bit, try to get a little bit of the wrinkles out of there.
You wouldn't believe who takes care of my clothes.
Would it be? I'm actually curious.
Well, someone who lives in the basement insists he's got to pay rent somehow.
Oh, well, certainly could leave it out a bit more to try, but no bother. You look wonderful.
You do too. Well, if you're here for the usual, there's plenty of it. If you're here for some specialty stuff, I pulled out the full cask. There's one for each of you. You literally has your name on it. Make yourself at home.
I most certainly will. Thank you. He'll stride on in.
You know, you don't have to tell me any details, but how'd things go with Mai?
Oh, quite well, actually. I scolded her a little bit. But I think she understands where we're coming from, and I think we'll be a little more willing to comply.
She's always been good at that. Empathy first, right?
Yes, she is. She is too kind. But she should be joining us a little bit later, though. She had other errands to run.
As long as she got a rest,
You know how she is.
Yeah, workaholic.
Aren't we all?
Well, it's not a competition. After all, if it was, Adamar would put us all out of the running.
Oh, that is most certainly. There's no doubt about that. I don't consider him a part of the competition. He's in a league of his own.
You'd be better off being the judge.
If only it were that simple.
Well, you know, you're the first person here. You even beat the musicians.
Guess I'll have to be the star of the show then.
That won't be necessary. This is a perfectly good table.
Right, we'll avoid any instances then.
Yeah.
I'll make myself comfortable then.
Please do.
And Sewer King, when would you arrive? Like, you can say later, and I'll fill in the gaps of in between.
Yeah, it definitely would be later. He'd be hanging out by the tree to make sure Janine gets through okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And presuming that Mai is still, asleep around the tree too, I like to think that as she is, like, snoozing, Sewer King looks over her, and there's a little teeny rat curled up with her, and it's Nero just hanging out with her.
That's very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just quickly fill in that while you're waiting, you see Adamar comes in and pretty promptly on time, I would say, shortly after Kloven, and just like looks over at Thaddeus and just says, "I see you've got the bourbon. Good."
Promise is a promise.
Promise is a promise. He'll go over and pour himself a shot. Click, go. Like, slams it onto the table, downs it. Says, "Very good." Then, shortly after, I assume this is all like the named NPCs, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Then, Sapphire will be by shortly after, probably bringing in the musicians, since she tends to be pretty close to those types. Just be like, "Well, sorry I kept them a little bit late. We usually have Mai be the one to kind of get everybody together, but she's getting arrested, and we have to respect that."
I'd rather her get herself together. Thanks for bringing everyone on short notice.
Of course. At this point, SK, you hear like a and you hear someone like trip upstairs in the tree.
Oh no.
Before you hear just like a little yelp, before just like a moment of silence for like 10 seconds. Then you hear the elevator go up, back down. And you can see Janine is there. She's wearing just a very simple black dress. Just by herself. She says, I couldn't convince anybody else. They all had things to do. I'm sorry.
Their loss, I'm afraid, but I'm very glad to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. This place is open.
Yes, and he'll extend an arm for her to take, and he'll lead her to the tavern. Just, "Welcome to the stocks, Doctor."
She immediately is going to clock Mai sleeping. It's like, oh my god,
that's Mai.
You have a dragon?
She's not always a dragon.
That's good? Question mark?
Yes, anyway, so...
Okay.
It starts leading her on, and giving her a tour, even though his tour is, like, kind of odd, because he only really knows things from, like, below ground. So his tour doesn't make much sense, but he's enthusiastic nonetheless.
She's just very much taking it in. You can see she reaches into for lack of a word, she reaches into her chest, like into her where her bra would be, and just essentially pulls out a notepad from there and starts writing some things down. It's very fascinating.
Yes, I suppose it would be if you've only remained in one town. Yours was a far more interesting city, I assure you.
But do you have any centipede monsters here?
None.
None? Well, then how did you survive?
I believe that is because we had a tree.
God, my ancestors were morons. Okay, fair enough.
Yes, however, the people of the Starks did not, inherit your scientists' particular good looks, however. They look, less animalistic. Be forewarned.
That was the most charming thing I think I've ever heard. Well, we should go inside, shouldn't we?
Yes, right this way, Doctor. And he's gonna lead her into the tavern, and by this time, I imagine there's many more people now. And
most everyone's here.
He's been putting on a very, like, calm and confident demeanor with Janine, but as soon as he sees so many people in one room, like, just almost immediately overstimulated, and he kind of, like, scooches to one of the back walls.
Hello. My name is Janine. I'm from the city of Kenril to the south. Sewer King invited me here, so it's good to meet those of you that I don't know.
You know, of all the people I expected to bring a +1, SK was not high on my list, and good on you, buddy.
Well, it only seems fair to return such gracious hospitality.
I
That was a
agree.
good call, SK. Janine, you look good.
Oh, thank you. This was, I think we only had like 2 dresses between the entire city, so they were very gracious to lend me this.
We
You
can,
look beautiful, Janine.
Thank you, Kloven. It's very kind. Let's see, she just kind of is like, definitely feeling a little fish out of water, looking, specifically seeing the pig roast, just like, oh god. But we'll quickly lock eyes with Sapphire, who is currently drinking a pint of ale, and we'll quickly go over to her and just be like, oh, you look fascinating.
Here she goes.
Sapphire's just like, you know, this is the second time this has happened in the last few weeks. It's very appreciated. Oh, well, I mean, the whole snake half, that's amazing. Did you splice yourself together for that? Did you what sort of DNA DNA? This has nothing to do with that. This is just simply, well, I guess how the world made me, and they just kind of go off.
I'll be fine.
I'm sure they'll be preoccupied for some time.
SK just smiles seeing her so happy. He was worried that she wouldn't find anyone to talk to.
Yeah, I would say another 20 or so minutes pass, and there's a final knock on the door. Or, not a final, but there's a knock on the door that's very sheepish.
I think that's a guest of honor. Kloven, you want to let her in?
Of course. He'll go and open the door then.
As you open it, you see her. She's dressed a little bit nicer, but you can tell she kind of rushed herself to get together, at least in her humanoid form. Thank you, brother. Hi everyone. It's good to see you.
Welcome in. Come in, enjoy.
Yeah, she'll look over to just kind of scan the room, just see all familiar faces with the one exception of Janine. She says, "Is that one of your friends that you made down there?"
Ah, yes, and in fact, I know she'd be very enthusiastic to meet you.
Oh, she seems quite busy with Sapphire, so I think that's all right. Well, I can get to it later. It's fine.
Make a friend. That's what you told me to do all those years ago.
She also taught us to be mannerful and patient, so, let's, let Janine cool off first, and then, she can hyperfixate again over my.
Alright, alright.
Okay, you have a glass of red wine. I think I could really use one.
A glass. My. There's a cask with your name on it.
Yeah, so there is. Is this Pinot Noir?
I know you a bit more well than you think I do.
I suppose so. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
At this point, all the invited guests are here. So, I don't know, Thaddeus, if you wanted to do a little toast or anything to properly kick it off for a bit.
Absolutely. Alright, everybody. As I'm sure most of you already know, aside from Janine, which, welcome to the stocks. Hello. This is our usual hangout. And normally, well, I don't normally close the doors like I do tonight. But tonight, I want to give everyone a bit of a toast. You know, I was thinking about what I was going to say when we got here, and I can't believe I'm the one having stage fright. But over the last week, Kloven, Tate, SK, Anti, Adamar, and I went into the mist. And for the first time that anyone's been out there for that long, we came back. Not only that, we punched a hole in it. And yeah, we have more questions that need answered now. But we found some answers of our own. We found new friends. We found Kenril. And we found hope, didn't we? I know we had a spark when Anti came out of the tree and took the mist away from our hometown. But I think knowing that we can repeat it, and not only that, that we can fight back, as long as we keep our heads down from that stupid baby, we've got a chance. All of us. It doesn't matter how small we feel on our own. Think about what we can do together. So that's why I've called everyone here tonight. Celebrate what we've done, where we've come from, and what we're going to do from here on out. We pulled out all the stops, Hunter, Tate, and I, and even if there's going to be a lot of hardship coming forward, and even if there's going to be more than we could possibly have bargained for, tonight, we're home. All of us. And I want you all to treat tonight like it's just another night at home. Enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks, and enjoy each other. I even got some music together for everyone. So, with all that monologuing done, Thaddeus is going to raise up his glass full of champagne. To the stocks, to our future, and to all of you.
Here, here. Kloven will raise his glass.
Everyone does so and takes a swig. SK,
Yeah.
you see an arm raise up beside yours, toasting as well.
A familiar arm, I presume.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
And as it comes back to take the drink and you turn your head to look, there's nothing there. But the band starts playing, and the atmosphere begins to soften as people begin to mingle. You can see Janine has already moved on to talking to Mai, and just people are smiling, having a quiet time. A quiet but enjoyable time together. If anybody would like to have any quick conversations, I have some things planned to sort of liven it up, but please have conversations if there's any that you would like to have amongst the people gathered here.
I think after a couple of glasses, Kloven will likely be seen draped across Adamar. Just
Adamar
kind of
is probably
smiling.
like 4 shots into his bourbon at this point. It's just like, oh god.
I don't often see you like this. I'm surprised you're taking so many drinks tonight.
Well, we've had a rough week and a half or so. I'm allowed to have one night where I don't think too hard, aren't I?
I agree. And he'll take the shot glass out of Adamar's hand and take his own shot with it.
Oh my god. You should... Never mind. You have the hardiest constitution of any man I've ever known.
There's a lot more constitution where that came from, if you'd like to know.
Oh. Kloven.
I just.
Out of character, does Mai hear that? How does sister react to her mad, horrible brother?
She knows. She knows.
She knows.
You can see she's still like talking to Janine, and Kloven, you probably see out of the corner of your eye Mai just looking at you with raised eyebrows, just like, or just kind of chuckling and just going back to focusing on Janine.
He'll kind of catch that glance, but just kind of laugh it off.
I'm going to have to cut you off after one more beverage, you know that, unless you sober up a little bit. Just one glass of water, it's not that much to ask.
I know, but getting hope right now it feels so difficult.
You are incorrigible, Kloven.
Hey, allow me this at least one night as well. We've did wonderful and terrific feats. Might as well just feel like we're off the ground for one night.
You can see Adamar. Sorry, shipping on the mic.
Ship name unlocked.
Jones, I see.
Ship on the mic.
Ship name unlocked.
Adamar is actually very softly red with a bit of blush on his cheeks. At this comment, just... Kloven. You are drunk. You should...
And I don't think you're drunk enough. You should have another. Here, you should try mine.
What is your beverage of choice? I don't believe I know.
And he'll just bring the glass to his lips and tip it back, and it's just straight up vodka.
I must admit that this is a bit of a surprise compared to what I was expecting you to drink.
Can't handle it?
No, I can handle it quite well. It's just, considering I've had 5 shots of bourbon. It's a very different taste.
It's all right to mix things up a little bit. Keep you on your toes.
Adamar's gonna like kind of tip you up so that way you're not just sprawled on his lap. Just Kloven, it's good to see you so relaxed.
Well, the world's falling apart around us. Gods are trying to use us in our whims. Too many secrets to be held. What does a beautiful land like me to do?
This blushes even more, just like... Kloven, please. You're being ridiculous, even more so than usual.
It makes you smile, though, doesn't it? And that's all that matters.
It does. You're not wrong there. I think you should go. I think you should go teach Thaddeus some. He might enjoy it.
I think I'd have him crumpled on the floor if I tried to do too much.
Oh, I think a single one of those sentences would have caused him to turn into a violent puddle.
He is a bit on the squirmish side, isn't he?
Indeed. Indeed.
Well, don't get too jealous, but I'll stay here for just a bit longer.
Fine. That's fine. I appreciate your company as always, Kloven.
And I you. He'll just put his head on your shoulder.
Adamar will just kind of let it happen. Just kind of like deep sighing. Or you all hear a set of 5 more violent knocks at the door.
We expecting anybody else, or actually, y'all keep sitting. I got it. I'm gonna go open the door.
All right. As you open the door, you are greeted face to face with your sister, Pumki.
I gently go to close the door.
Looking very... You're gonna close the door on me. Is that what's going on here?
Hey, sis.
I can smell that pig roast.
I'm not eating any of it. Don't you worry. I'm just, yeah. You guys remember my sister.
Hello, I am the provider for this meal that apparently was not invited to partake in any of it. As seemingly someone's negligence to invite me into this lovely gathering that we have here ourselves.
I mean, I just figured you and Pa and Ma'd be so busy, I'd just, come see you later after.
Oh, we are just so busy on a Tuesday night. No one does anything on a Tuesday night, you know that.
Tate's looking back with puppy dog eyes. Please help me.
Yeah, I mean...
Welcome in! Come inside!
I have more plates and glasses.
Oh, how long has this party been going on? Kloven looks like he's 12 shots in.
I mean, Kloven
does, for Kloven, half an hour.
You've even got a big old table here for him.
Hey, he was told specifically not to stand on it.
Oh, we'll see how long that lasts. Goodness gracious.
Oh, jeez.
Listen. If you would be so kind as to let me partake at least a little bit in the feast that you have so graciously provided, as, after all, I feel like it is only natural for that, considering a certain little brother of mine decided to not tell me about this feast, not tell me that he was leaving, and just, overall not tell his poor dear sister much of anything. That's really quite mean of you, isn't it, Tate?
Listen, there was a lot of emotions. I did the talk with Dad, and I figured, it's a pretty heavy thing. Why burden you and Ma with that on top of everything with Dad?
Why burden your sister and mother with the fact that you're going on some suicide mission into the mist? That's a good question. That is a good question.
No. It's not a suicide mission. We know 2 people that came back. That is a 66%, arguably 100% if you're just counting the number of expeditions that went. And besides, I was with some really good people. I mean, just look at them. Some of the best and brightest this fond home has to offer.
Looks over at Sewer King. What is Sewer King up to?
He's been very much a wallflower throughout this whole thing, just kind of content to people watch. But he's been keeping a very close eye on what's going on by the front door now. But he'll just look over at, as Tate starts to acknowledge him and the group, and just sort of lift his reptilian hand, give a very awkward little wave.
Oh yeah, that's SK, by the way.
Thank you.
A pleasure to meet you, I'm sure. I've received the hospitality of your brother once before. Delightful time.
Were you that one that snuck into our kitchen at about 2 o'clock in the morning? You know that did wake me.
Snuck in? Hardly. I was invited.
Oh, you were invited. Looks over at Tate.
I may not have clarified a time or the mannerisms expected of a
No. Don't worry about me, about you just inviting a man into our house personally without telling anybody else. Nothing to read into there. She's looking at her nails.
He hasn't had Mom's cooking yet, that's a cardinal sin in this town.
It is. You're right.
Alright, so how about you get nice and comfy in Verma? This is Janine. Janine, this is my sister Pumki. Everyone else here knows her, but this is a proper introduction. You remember the things out of the plan, so my sister does them real good, right, sis? Oh, wait,
Indeed.
Did Dad not tell you?
Tell me what?
Maybe we should talk more when we're in back home and not in a party like this.
I think I've done enough teasing of you so far. Sure, there'll be room for plenty more, little brother.
Yeah, big sis.
You got some interesting folks here.
They're all good people.
I can be the judge of that. She'll just walk in and just grab a bottle of wine and just not even pour herself a glass, take the cork out, just start drinking out of it.
If it weren't a celebration night, I'd be charging her through the nose.
I didn't realize your sister was so spirited.
It's certainly a word for it. She's definitely the make of the Plantar family charm.
She is very charming.
Yeah. Always has been.
Mm-hmm.
You know it. Points over at Kloven.
He'll raise his glass at her.
Yeah, well, you guys, I'll get to know her, I guess, since you guys are coming over for dinner, right? One more time before our next expedition, yeah?
Wait, you're inviting us over for dinner at the Planters?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. I don't know if you guys could tell I was joking or not, but I wasn't. You guys are coming over. We're doing a little sleepover in the barn if you want. An exercise.
Yeah, hey, Tate, it's been like 5 years since we chopped firewood together.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Maybe I can make us more for you again.
Yeah, I got the arm for it.
Damn right I do.
Mm-hmm.
But Pumki proceeds to kind of get comfortable down that whole bottle of wine in like the course of 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
Good grief.
And then just kind of walks over to the group of girls that is currently having a little conversation as my Janine and Sapphire just quickly joins their conversation, but you can kind of just see she gives a look to Janine, just like very much like you hear the words just like, and what are you? Before that conversation just kind of goes. Is there anything else anyone would like to have a little conversation about?
I'm going to go up to Tate.
Okay.
So, you didn't invite any of your family?
I mean, I didn't. We kind of planned the party while we were out, and I wasn't exactly eager to go back home right away, especially since our return was kind of unannounced. Listen, I got some mumbled up thoughts about the whole thing, and I don't think talking about them when my sister can hear, outside of every other word the girls are saying, don't think I'm quite good here to talk about internal feelings and junk. Not with my family, at least yet.
Well, at least one of them showed up to keep you company, but... Oh, she hasn't forgiven me for... She hasn't forgiven me yet, has she?
I mean, sis never one to hold grudges visually. But if you find yourself tripping over plant roots, I mean, SK talks to rats, she talks to trees.
Yeah, and I still feel bad, but at least she's here. I never thought she'd walk into the bar again.
It'll be alright. I mean, she likes Hunter. I mean, no one hates Hunter, but she likes wine.
Yeah.
She likes booze. That's 2 out of 3 things in the bar she likes. I mean, it'll be fine.
Alright. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm just not into women like that.
Tate has a thought, and he's gonna keep it to himself. It's alright, man. It's alright. You don't need to explain things to me. We live in a modern age. Have a Pride Month, he says. But yeah. We can talk later, maybe over the firewood, or maybe just after tonight.
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Alright. Then the night just continues on. There's some soft dancing that people do. One thing I want to note, does anybody else have any short scenes they want to do before I move on?
I do think at some point SK is gonna gather his courage and approach the gaggle of girls.
Okay.
More so Sapphire and Janine and Pumki, who just happens to be there too. So.
Mine's there too.
Oh, and mine, that's right.
There, yes.
Wait, really quick. Like in response, I'd like to imagine Thaddeus going to stop SK, and then Tate blocking him, saying, "No, let him cook. He has to experience it himself."
Let him cook. Let SK cook.
An event getting bagged by baddies.
getting torn apart by Pumki is a canon event. We can't interfere.
Oh my god, SK's gonna get... No, Thaddeus is gonna whisper to him, I'll get the tombstone ready.
It'll be alright. Everyone's got to go through it at least once in this town.
It's a rite of passage.
Please, SK, how do you introduce yourself to these lovely women?
Well, I think he would take the angle of, approaching Janine more so and just, Doctor, I see you've met some of the stock's finest ladies. You've met Captain Sapphire here, a delightful warrior and ship's captain, and Mai, of course, is our resident dragon. I told you she's not always a dragon, and well, I don't really know you. And he sort of stares at Pumki, but you made quite the entrance today.
She tips down her glasses to look at you from above them, and just says, "No, I don't know you, and frankly, that makes sense. Consider and look at the state of you."
I'm quite certain I don't know what you mean by that, but yes, I don't make myself too much of a public figure. But
she just looks at you fair enough. You can see Janine, who is just kind of right there, just kind of looks at her hey.
Yes, well, are you enjoying your evening, Doctor? Several interesting people to talk to. I do believe that Miss Plantar here is the one that Tate was mentioning with her skills with plant life. Any fascinating conversations?
You can see that Janine just kind of turns around to Pumki, just wait, you can make plants grow too? Just very excited, all up in her business. She's like, I mean, that is what druids do. So yeah. Can you show me? Sure. I mean, I guess so. I don't see why I'd be so interested in something like that. You seem to have yourself very well taken care of. I don't know. I just when Tate showed me that he was able to do that, it was so fascinating to me that there was a way to stimulate plant life beyond just different fertilizers and other sort of scientific. When Tate did what? Yeah, he's able to move trees with his powers. You see Pumki just kind of turns and looks at Tate. Are you encroaching on my territory?
I think we should talk at home proper. I know things are a little weird right now.
Thaddeus is slinking away from Tate's side.
No!
It's okay, man. I got this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is a new development then.
Oh yeah, it's very new.
Aha.
Oh, my little brother's gonna have a variety full when he gets home.
Ever a man of surprises, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Janine just gonna turn back over to Sewer King, just thank you, by the way, for inviting me. This has been very fascinating.
I'm very glad that you are enjoying yourself, Doctor.
Are you enjoying yourself? I don't think I've get around very much. Okay?
More than okay. This is my fill of socializing for perhaps the better part of the year.
Okay. That's good. Okay, that's good. Yeah, well, thank you again. Pumki, would you mind showing me any of the druid stuff that you can do? I'd really like to take a look at it. Sure, anything to upstage my little brother. they proceed to walk off, and Maya and Sapphire are there. And Maya just looks over at you, SK, and just gives a little chuckle and just says, "You're pretty good at this, aren't you, Sewer King?"
Good at what, precisely?
Seem to be bringing people together.
You think so? And he looks over at Janine and Pumki, who seem to be chit-chatting and getting along relatively well.
Mm-hmm.
And just gives a smile. Perhaps so.
It's good though.
Yes, I'm sure she'll have plenty of data and stories to bring back to the scientists at Kinril for sure. I'm glad you came. Even though last conversation was not the most friendly, I still hope that we can be friendly.
Of course. You can see Sapphire kind of looks over, just like, did I miss something?
Perhaps just a family spat.
You're telling
Nothing
me
more.
that Maya and Kloven got into a fight? I don't believe that for one damn minute.
Precisely the reason why there's nothing to worry about it.
Now I
I'm
am
sure
worried a
things
bit,
will work
but
out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Maya, would you mind? I think I'd like to do a little dance. Yeah, of course. Just walk over to go ahead and do a little dance with each other on the dance floor.
Aw.
And Sewer King, again, solitary, looks around, sees the people that he unwittingly brought together, but still finding himself by himself, and proceeds to return back to his wall and just people watches.
I hated this.
I don't know, SK. You walked into one combo. I mean, Tate and Thaddeus are right there. There's no Kloven. There's no Kloven macking with your boy. We're right here.
You can try!
That's okay. Kloven is, while Maya's dancing with Sapphire, kind of watching her, and like during it will, wave his glass around and be like, "It's the perfect occasion. Maya, you should sing us a song."
Oh, don't. I don't have anything I don't have
It's
anything
alright.
prepared.
I don't believe that. You always have
Whatever
something.
comes to mind.
Oh, okay. Oh gosh. What have and she's just like, you see, she's kind of going through her head. Like, what have I taught you folks? Okay, and she'll just say, like, can you do the key of B flat major? Quarter note equals 96. Chord progression, B flat, D, A, and then F, and then back to B flat. Thank you. And like, this is something that kind of always happens behind the scenes, so just kind of hearing her go through this is this just sounds like fucking magic to you guys. The band starts playing as requested, and she starts singing as requested, and it's softer than her usual, less confident, but there's some definite heart in it as she sings a song that is essentially just like very much about just feeling misunderstood, but at least feeling at home.
Oh.
Hey, Kloven.
Hmm.
Are you too many shots deep to have any kind of dance moves, or can I have this one?
Oh, if anything, I'm probably a better dancer now.
Let's not put that to the test, shall we?
He'll just extend his arm now out. He's not standing up just yet.
Ah, never mind. You should drink some water.
No. Oh, take my hand. Let's dance.
If you insist.
You're the one that offered.
Thaddeus is going to attempt to pick up where they left off at the festival and lead him in a ballroom dance like he was taught years and years ago.
Kloven will attempt to do his best to follow suit. But very, like, wobbly, and will put a lot of his weight on Thaddeus, trying to keep himself up.
Well, so about that water.
Well, Waka is clear. It's almost as if it is.
There's a big difference between straight rat poison and water, you know?
I can't tell the difference.
Hey. Welcome home.
Feels like we never left. There's a sparkle in your eyes tonight. I can see it.
It's the champagne. I promise.
He'll kind of dip down and brush his nose up against his.
Oh.
Actually, that water would be very nice.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Thaddeus is going to make sure to gently put Kloven down on a stool first, so he doesn't fall over anything, and then rush off to get some water.
He'll just sit and admire from afar.
SK,
Yes.
you can see that, you can see while this is going on, that same arm comes back and just lays itself on your, on like the knee section of your leg. And you sort of glance down to do it, or to look, see who it is. Or you are quickly distracted by Adamar walking over to you to say, "You always hanging in the corner?" I suppose.
Gives a smile. Usually.
I suppose that checks out, considering leave. If I had to wager a guess under the floorboards at other events like this.
The view is much better.
Yes.
Or rather... So I thought, anyway. But... it is rather nice. Being up here, for once.
There's more friendly faces up here.
Right.
Do you view me as a friendly face, Sewer King? You can see he's still got like a bit of the rosy cheeks.
I view you as a perfectly tolerable face. Or tolerant face, I should say.
Oh, you earned me, Sewer King.
Though I think this is the most friendly demeanor you've had thus far. Perhaps you should enjoy your libations more often.
Don't count on it.
Hmm.
Today is a special occasion.
You and, Kloven seemed awfully chummy.
that man is a piece of work and a half. I swear he plays the part, but would never commit to anything if he could help it. And I mean, it's been, what, 20 something years that he's been here? I don't think he's going to change anytime soon.
Perhaps not. I think
Rate of commitment.
I think if it's anything you could come to learn about any of our party members, as we are exceedingly stubborn.
You, Thaddeus, Kloven. I think Tate is the least stubborn, but judging by the fact that he doesn't seem to want to have told his family about this, I wager there's a few stubborn bones in his body.
He was willing to keep a secret from his, sister.
So we have a nice little reversal of mine, don't we? Though the secret's a bit on a smaller scale.
Considerably. I don't think Pumki knows anything that would change the trajectory of our known universe.
I like that she probably thinks she does, but I'd wager not. Mind if I sit with you?
Please. Please do.
Thank you. Oh, my social batteries are running dreadfully low, and I think being a wallflower sounds like the best way to finish the night.
I think, in times like this, companionable silence is an agreeable outcome.
You're smart, Sewer King. You know a lot more about the ways of the world than I think I gave you credit for.
I wouldn't say that, but I am very familiar with this town, and for the most part, its people. In my own way.
He'll hold out a glass of bourbon and says, "To mutual quiet."
To mutual quiet. I am glad to see you in high spirits, Captain.
Don't get too used to it. I'll just down the shot and then just kind of sit there and just sit there right beside you and watch.
SK will lean back against his chair, his hands just folded in his lap. And he goes back to people watching too, but he's got a very distinctive smile on his face now.
You can see in holding your hand in your lap. It's your mother's hand. Okay. Anybody else have anything else that they want to do during this party? Yeah?
I'm good.
Alright. Then, as it winds down, people start to stumble their way out of the bar and go to their homes. Specifically noting that you can catch that Pumki and Janine are still talking in a little corner together. You see Pumki kind of materializes a flower and puts it into Janine's hair. She blushes a little bit for just kind of just chuckling to herself. But eventually everyone makes their way out and has a nice, comfortable, relaxing, and rewarding sleep again, in their own homes. Everybody has that restful sleep except for somebody. Sewer King.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No rest for the wicked.
Are you sleeping in the basement?
You know it. I'm back in the comforts of familiar surroundings, and back in the basement, and my little nest of furniture and blankets and pillows, and my loyal subjects, of course.
Of course. As you are laying there, sort of winding down from the night, feeling sleep kind of take over a little bit, and as you drift, you sort of start to feel yourself fall a little bit. Not quickly, just fall into a sea of black. As you do, the sensation becomes comforting. As it overtakes you, you open your eyes, find yourself on that same cliff by the ocean side. Same figure waiting for you at the edge.
He will approach. This is very par for the course. And so I think, however, probably for the first time in a long time, he's going to look up as he walks over to her. Is it overcast and because it's like stormy, or is he able to see the sky?
It's overcast, just as it was before.
Okay.
Still stormy.
But yeah, he'll approach her, have a pleasant smile on his face.
Did you have a good time?
Tonight, yes, the overall experience was rather harrowing at some parts, but I can't say that I regret leaving.
That is good to hear. Sewer King,
Yes.
Your Majesty, I am a little disappointed in you.
Disappointed. Have I done something wrong?
Did you not feel my presence, wishing for you to grab the eye for me?
I confess that I believe I did, yes. However, when opportunity presented itself, I found myself in no condition to swiftly recover it. Mother, may I ask, What would you want with them? It seems they're awfully important for the good of everybody. From my understanding, from what Anti has said, the eyes are necessary to...
Your Majesty,
Yes.
the eyes are necessary for you to grow stronger, for you to reach your full potential.
I suppose that makes sense. After all, the more mist that we clear, the further we can travel, the more we can explore, the more creatures I can discover.
You hear this change in her voice. I'm gonna do my best to do this, but without, special effects. This is not exactly what it is, so I'll describe it. But you just hear this loud, like, no! And it echoes. It's not what I meant, Your Majesty. If you consume one of these eyes, you will become so powerful, my child. So strong, so capable of protecting yourself, protecting me.
I did consume some of the eye dragon's essence, its flesh, its innards. But I'm starting to think that's not... What do you mean? You mean the eye itself? What difference would that make? It is part of the same being.
The eyes belong to the child. First, they are bestowed as a symbol of power to defeat the child. You must become strong, Steve. A certain way of doing that is to consume. You hear that just kind of reverberate and sort of echo from all around you before it comes back in onto your body.
And pray tell, how am I meant to do so when each eye has a fearsome guardian? There's no way for me to collect them unnoticed.
She turns around at this point, and that same almost blinding light comes into your view. Says, by any means necessary, Your Majesty.
And
They'll understand.
will they?
Of course. After all, you need to be strong. You were not strong enough to stand up to the child, were you?
No. No.
She reaches out her hand and just sort of pets the side of your face. Well, then you know what you must do. me and for your friends. They will thank you for being powerful. They will stop leaving you behind. You are powerful. And they will respect you if you are powerful.
I understand. If you think it truly necessary, I do trust you, of course, in all things. But let us say that I do indeed become powerful. Is that worth more than freeing the land of the mist, of utilizing the eyes in the trees? Am I worth that?
The light shining from her face shifts, becomes more reddish. She begins to grow a little bit, and as she does, black ichor just sort of peels off of her being and just say, "You are worth everything. I have been your companion for millennia, ever since you let me in.
Well, I cannot deny that you have never led me astray. You have always done what is best for me, my survival, our survival. I know I would not be here if not for you.
She shrinks back down, and as she does, you can see there's a small bit of flames dancing on her skin. They return to a more humanoid size. She just looks at you and just says, "So proud of you, my child. I will always be here for you. Rest."
Mother, one more thing, if I may.
She waves her arm.
You've never been one for public appearances before. Why now?
I know you weren't strong enough. I blame myself for that. I was not there for you like you needed me. I promise you, I will be there for you in the future.
Really, Mother, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. You know as well as I that you've done more for me than anyone else.
You just hear the next word is in a similar echoing voice. It just says, correct. Oh.
I will do what I can.
Even if you fail me the next time, know that you will still be my child. I will still be here to support you. Nothing will ever change that. I love my children. Love them dearly.
And I love you.
She'll just sort of push you back as you do to wake up in the morning. All right.
Ooh. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
All right.
Oh no.
Fear.
What's there to be afraid of? She's just a caring mom.
Right. We know all about the caring parents in this campaign.
Anyways, gonna go ahead and move. I'm gonna move things around a little bit, considering how we've been moving, and we'll do a dream sequence double feature right here.
Oh
Kloven.
boy!
Kloven, it's your turn.
Yay!
So you go back to bed after a long night of drinking. Mai had a few glasses of water ready for you as you got home to make sure you're not too hungover in the morning. And as you go to sleep, it's just a nice, quick drift. Your brain's not really thinking at this point. It's too far gone. And you wake up in a garden. Different than the space that you had found yourself in before. But a small garden filled with a rainbow of colors of flowers. You just see that same old man just gardening, weeding, about 20 feet away from you, being Bahamut.
If Kloven looks up, is the sky there?
Yes, you're in a little bit of a greenhouse, but the sky is there.
Well, he'll saunter on over, kind of peer over his shoulder as he's working.
You could at least let me know that you're here yourself.
Well, I seem to stumble upon these places without noticing myself.
Well, this time I did call for you to be here.
Oh, really? Not my.
No, she knows nothing about this.
Oh. I guess we're all just keeping secrets around here, aren't we?
You say that like it's such a bad thing.
Mm.
I didn't mean to push you out last time. I meant to talk a bit longer, but, well, made a bit of a mistake. So it goes.
Oh. All can be forgiven. I mean, apologies are acceptable amongst sons and parents.
Then I apologize, Kloven. Does that make you feel better?
Very, actually. So well, first off, how am I to address you? Your Holiness? Bahamut?
It's just,
Something a little more personal?
some people call me Fizzban. We can stick with Bahamut, though. No need for any extra frills.
Yes. Okay. Then, so Bahamut, what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, I mean, considering how our last situation went, I figure it would be a good idea to try and, well, give you a bit more of an opportunity. You've been taking it not very well, from what I can tell. The whole adventuring and seeing horrifying creatures and abominations. I kind of got the cliff notes from one of my watchers.
Not so omnipresent then. I was hoping you had seen what was occurring.
Oh, I know you went to some science city and, well, fought a baby? That's what happened? That doesn't... He pulls out his notepad. That doesn't sound right.
No. Kendall was the name, and we fought more of its dragon than the child itself. Are you saying you don't know of the child?
Oh! Yeah, the child. The child with 10 eyes. That's what they call him.
Yes.
Sorry, the word baby was really throwing me off there for a moment. But I just wanted to give you the opportunity. I got this sort of vibe from at least what I've been seeing, that you needed to ask some questions. So I am here to answer your questions. Shoot! That's how these work, right?
I wouldn't know. You weren't too much of a presence until now, except for he kind of motions a little to his horns. Is this going to be a continuous growth?
Going to try. It's kind of hard. Many years ago, I've lost count at this point. Your sister, I found her. And she looked like she needed help. So...
Help? How so?
She was alone in a white void. I came back to try and check in on my son. And found nothing of the sort.
Well,
So...
I am grateful for you assisting Mai, at least.
But it's really besides the point. I wanted to at least tell you that she is trustworthy. And I know that maybe coming from me that doesn't exactly help. If there's any sort of way that I can prove my loyalty to you as your father, then I will gladly do so.
I mean, anything you can help with in order to help us save the world, really.
Doing my best on that front, believe me. You're in one of those weird little pocket dimensions that I can't really influence too much. That's why we have to meet here.
I suppose you already do help out with magic and all that, but...
Let me try
But-
this.
Hmm?
You had any weird dreams lately? Beyond, dreams involving me, of course.
That would be counted as one of them, yes. But I have. I can't quite explain it, but he'll kind of look to his wrist, the back of his hand. Is the imprint still there, or is it more of like inward now?
It's more inward now.
Okay. He'll just kind of trace his hand over it a little bit. I remember seeing eyes. Lots of them. Someone saying that they were looking for me, that they had found me, and afterwards I felt a bit stronger. I thought that maybe that was part of your influence.
No. No, that wasn't my influence. I can promise you that. Here, where did you feel this feeling?
He'll kind of flash his hand a little bit.
He reaches out and quickly grabs your hand, and you see there's like a little like a bit of steam that comes off, just like She-witch.
Oh. That's odd. Did that hurt you?
No, it didn't hurt. It just there's
Oh,
You see-
are
see-
you
he just sort of like
Making it-
starts to stomp a little bit.
making enemies now, are we?
She made enemies with me.
Oh, she. Now this sounds complicated. Who is this she?
Tiamat. Oh right, you wouldn't know that name. Queen of Dragons. A while ago, she was really pushing to try and get you on her side. Away from me, if you can believe that. And just seduced you with all sorts of generous prizes. And it gave you a flail with 6 heads on it. Ooh, look at me. And but she's evil. Plain and simple.
Well, she hasn't done anything, and at least nothing to distrust her yet, but I will keep that in mind.
But see, that's what she does. She gives you gifts, she makes you feel special, and then once that all passes, she just snaps you up like a little egg.
Well, quite more than what you've seemed to have done for me.
Oh! Kloven! That was uncalled for.
Of course,
I'm trying to be nice here, and you're just going to insult me like this. Unbelievable.
Oh, well, I wasn't able to live out my rebellious teenager phase, so I apologize if it's coming out now.
I got it. I can teach you, if you want, how to turn yourself into a dragon. That's pretty cool. I can do that.
That is very cool, as you would say, but I would most definitely take you up on that offer, but I do have another question.
Sure.
As to the, I guess you could say, Why? Why am I here with Mai?
Well, you were born into this world by myself and your mother. And you were able to fight back pretty well. So, need friends. I think there's much good reason beyond this is just the life that you were born into. If that's not a good answer, then.
No divine prophecies or anything of the like.
Oh, well, being a child of me is a divine prophecy in itself, but that's besides the point. You do realize that I am like one of the most powerful dragons in all the multiverse, right?
Oh, yes. No doubt about that, of course.
The sarcasm does not get lost on me, Kloven.
Forgive me, I'm still getting used to all of this. It's... You do realize how grandiose and odd this all seems.
Is it? I mean, this is just like a Tuesday. It is Tuesday in there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, see, I am paying attention.
Mm.
He gives himself a pat on the back.
Very observant, Bahamut, yes. Well, then if you're offering, I would love to learn as much as I can from you to be as valuable to my friends as I'm able to be.
You got it, kid. And he's gonna just clap his hands and just be like, all right, so here's the first thing is slaps you on the back and you immediately wake up.
Gods. Oh, gods.
But, Kloven, as you wake up in your room, you see you have a little couch on the other side of the bedroom. And there's someone there. Kind of rub your eyes very quickly and just like be able to squint a bit. And you see that it is Galifir.
Oh.
He is just lounging on your couch and says, "Oh, Dragon Prince is finally awake."
Oh, well, you've caught me a little indisposed.
Oh, yes. I mean, you can go ahead and slip into something more comfortable. I can close my eyes.
This is probably as comfortable as I can be, but if you would allow me, he kind of cautiously puts his legs over the bed and will grab for his javelin.
Now put that away. I'm not here to fight you.
Oh, really? I can't assume you would want to do any other fighting in my bedroom.
You'd be lucky to have me, believe me.
I would... Is that so?
I mean, yes. We're not getting into that now.
Then what are we getting into?
I need you to stop calling on these sugar parents.
Excuse me?
There's the dragon you were just talking to, and the one that managed to find you before you entered Kenril.
Oh. It's not like I put out a a candle at my windowsill.
No. Understandable. Tell them to go away. Both of them.
And why does this all concern you?
He sits up. Says, the problem is, the more you do that, the more it attracts the child's attention. And if you do that, the more likely he is to kill you. Or worse.
His eyebrows kind of raise a bit at that. Quite the warning from someone who seems to have our worst intentions at heart.
I'm more complicated than I look.
Quite complicated, just based on looks.
I pride myself in it, what can I say?
So then you know much about this child.
I can tell you about to pry for some information that I might be willing to give. Please, try.
I don't have to get on my knees and beg, do I?
It'd be preferable.
It's usually a bit the other way around, but...
Oh.
He'll kind of stand up and cross the room. And sit next to him on the couch and kind of put one leg over the other, kind of tilting his head and observing a little bit closer.
As you look at him closer, you can see, like, he puts on this air of, like, flamboyance and just overall holier than thou, more powerful than thou. But there are deep fucking bags under his eyes. And he just looks over at you and just says, I didn't expect you to get this close, Kloven.
I like the challenge.
And please, challenge me.
More so I could get a better look. He looks up and down at you. The man who has been following us around this whole time.
Guilty as
What is
charged.
what is your intent in all of this? Are you actually trying to lead us in the right direction, or are you too looking to see that we fall?
Well, I think my actions speak on that, don't you? And he kind of holds his hand out, very, like, palm facing up with the fingers kind of curled back. I think I've been leading you down the right path, haven't I? I mean, you folks got your first eye, courtesy of me, and then the second one, I directed you exactly where to go. So, I think I've got your best interest at heart. How could I not?
Seems sincere enough, then why stay in the shadows?
Oh, I stay in the shadows from me or from the child?
if you're so intent in helping us, being a presence in our little group might serve all of us.
Oh, maybe a bit. But, I think your, silver-haired friend would quicker put a bullet between my eyes than he would give me any sort of trust. Am I wrong?
No, you certainly aren't wrong about that.
And besides, and he sort of outstretches his hands to look at his nails, I have to hedge my bets in both directions.
What do you hope to gain from the child, then? Are you simply just trying to preserve your own life?
Reaches into a little bag and just says, heads or tails?
Didn't know we were playing games now.
It's meant to judge whether or not you deserve the answer. Nothing you could do could convince me, so we have to leave it up to chance.
Is that so? He'll take his leg and, stretch it across his lap.
His as in Thalafir? Okay. Heads or tails?
I always prefer the head.
God damn. Fair enough. He flips it, and it comes up heads. Damn. Should have weighted that one. Not that I weight my dice. Or coins. Nothing of the sort. Thank you, though, Kloven. I don't think anyone else would have been willing to hear me out.
I guess I am the more level-headed of our motley little crew, but, Tate, probably close second.
Aside from those little horns, I do believe your head is quite level. But, you asked the question... To get more powerful. To get home.
Where is home for you?
Far away. Far away. His eyes sort of drift a bit, losing focus a bit.
Kloven will remove his leg and stand up. Well, looks like you need the rest. If you come all this way, just to speak to me.
I'm not going to stay. I'd worry that you would summon your friends and stab me in the back. Like I was some sort of Roman emperor.
Well, I wouldn't think yourself too highly in our eyes just yet.
Here. Gonna reach into his bag and toss you a, I really should have written this name down. Essentially a device that prevents you from being scryed.
Ooh!
At least wear this.
Another token of goodwill?
Indeed. I can't have this one being reset.
Too much at stake, it seems. It's all right. But don't think this means I trust you just yet.
You shouldn't. I am playing both sides. I'm not lying about that. I did, in fact, go to the child to tell them to where to find you. I won't lie about that. So, weigh your bets. I wanted to see how strong you were, and if it ended up getting you killed, well then so be it. I furthered my plans in one way.
Well, you'll come to realize that we are a lot stronger than we look.
I hope so. Well, I'll be off then.
Yes, and do give a fair warning next time if you decide to stop by.
Well, don't count on it. And they're just gonna open the door and just fly away. And I think with that, we are going to end the episode here. So thank you guys so much.
That was good.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys so much for playing. This was a lot of fun. I hope you all had fun.
What do you mean, Thalafir is the special guest?
Kloven, you're gonna tell everybody how you put your legs on Thalafir's lap, right?
Oh, Kloven!
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Four!
What?
Happy Pride! Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, everyone!
But yes, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the next session, which will be kind of wrapping up the downtime and then moving on to the next area, which is very exciting. So, thank you guys all for coming. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in on the YouTubes. And we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.